I came in 1982, and I was working with Mr. Gilmore in Pacific Harbor and on his other projects, and we had a movie to shoot out here, a Paramount movie. And I came and did the catering, and I just stayed on ever since. And it's now 21 years almost. And the club was opened in 1990, so this is our 13th year at the club. So there's been a lot of changes, very much so.
Back here, on the other side of these palms, there's a village with this beautiful missionary-looking church.
It's a company village where all the staff of all different trades, I've put them all together here over the years, and they service the water system, the road system, the construction, right down to the club. We have housekeeping and the wood carvers.
And they make these bowls with no lathe. They make them they carve them out of one piece of wood, and it's pretty amazing.
It is a boar's tusk.
Boar's tusk.
Yes, for polishing.
Specifically for polishing.
And bourrées, family bourrées built all around with a dormitory for the men and the women who are single.
So it all works with the help of Mr. Gilmore's vision.
There's a couple families that I didn't get pictures of last time I was here, so I'm going over in front of the church at noon.
Look at that smile. 1, 2, 3.
They have a very fulfilled life on Wakaya with all what the Fijian staff need.
They found the best of the Fijian workers. They're here.
We've created a community here, so we all work together as a team, lots of meetings.
You don't find people quite like this in Hawaii or the Caribbean. This is definitely a very, very special place. We went up to the banyan tree, the side of the old village, with Joe, Uncle Joe, Iggy Joe, Josiah the preacher.
And it's sitting on top of an older village site. But if you look at this village, only the chief was living here at the top, and there's a big moat around. In the olden days, they either dig moats or they build stone wall around the village.
There you can see a little section of that wall pretty well. Still amazingly well intact, where the trees haven't punched it aside.
Joe, one of my favorite...
Iggy Joe's the sun dance man. He'll be able to control the sun in the next week's time.
He's one of my favorite people on the island, and he told us all about the history of Wakaya when the warriors were coming across from Ovalau to have war and to raid and loot Wakaya and to steal the women.
Only powerful chiefs can have more than one wife. So the stronger the chiefs, the more. But for the one in 1838, they were fighting for land. They would come in the double hull canoe, called the rower. Once you see the paintings on the faces, you can tell straight away there's war. So over here, it's very easy to look at the boats coming in. And that's why probably they choose this place to be the chief's village, because they can see and they can send the messages down to villages down below by beating the drums. So the Wakayans were on the losing side, so they went to a cliff a bit on that side, and now it's called Chieftain's Lip. The reason is that because the chief was the first one to jump, and followed by the villagers.
Chieftain's Leap, 1838. It all came to an end right here. The whole village sacrificed themselves rather than being taken into captivity.
They jumped for a couple of reasons, I think. One, in 1838, cannibalism was still going on. Secondly, when they build a temple or the chief's houses, always be a human sacrifices.
The chief would choose someone to be put down in the ground underneath where the first pole is, so that when the chief is not there, he would watch the house.
So he'd be buried right there on the first foundation.
So they know if they'll be killed to it, they'll still be killed. So they jump.
We saw the remains of a fellow who took his last breath up here in the War of 1838 probably, because they didn't bury the dead.
At the end, I asked him about kava, and he said, kava's like this.
It's totally the opposite of liquor. When you drink liquor, you know, it started off quietly. And then after an hour or so, you hear the voices. Whereas the kava is started off loud, and after an hour, you still can hear the some clapping, but some would be, you know, instead of clapping, hey Joe, you drink. Even sometimes you forget to clap your hands, you just lift it up and then you drink. But some people, you would see that after an hour or so, to go that way. until they call you. I think it's your time now. Oh.
Actually, kava is a little bit of a hindrance in the evenings, but after all, there's no alcohol, so kava is a good cultural drink, and it's fun, and it does get everybody together after hours, as long as it's not on to the wee hours of the morning.
You would go one in front and two like this at the back.
The only thing is still like this.
We do all the construction on the island. I have a construction team and a supervisor, and we just build an average of one beautiful custom home a year. So that keeps us busy.
Vallejo is Mr. Gilmore's home, and I was privileged to stay up there when we were shooting for 3 nights. It's a beautiful, beautiful home. Absolutely stunning, absolutely amazing. It's built over a lily pond. Some of the best pictures that I took on this island are of Vallejo.
Very nice.
Does this look like a house that if we could afford to design it, we'd design something like this on a ridge like this?
Just like this.
Can you imagine?
The materials all come off island, and we have our own landing barge. So we bring in about 50 tons of building materials every week. It's all sourced in Suva and abroad. We have 3 different sizes of aggregate for different purposes, construction and road works. We have to keep it all together with the culverts and so forth, but they're a good quality road, and we did them right in the beginning.
I'm looking for the light on there. When that light, when hard sunlight hits that, though, tell me, okay?
Okay.
You can go like this, you can go.
Okay, thank you.
Good.
Some nice light on you right now. It's a good shot.
Bula, you want to see you again next year?
All right.
See you in September. I hope so. You're gonna come.
First of all, kava in the olden days is only drank by men. Now, it's for men and women. They drink stronger mix than the men. Stronger. I would put it that way. How's that?